What is popping, guys? 5 bad habits to avoid when tattooing. Starting with number 1. Have you ever been tattooing and your tattoo is going pretty damn well, but you look on that skin and that stencil is getting fainter and fainter and fainter until it's gone? Bad habit number 1 is relying on your stencil too much. I know what this is like. You get to a point where you pretty much feel like you cannot do the tattoo if your stencil is not there. But you need to stop relying on your stencil and you need to start relying on your artistic ability. Now, don't get me wrong, I have preached so many times about the importance of stencil. I am a big advocate for a good stencil and keeping my stencil for as long as possible to bring forward the greatest tattoo possible. But depending on the client, stencils don't always stick. And then that is when my artistic ability does come forward to be able to complete that tattoo without worry. So, ask yourself this: if you cannot complete the tattoo without the stencil. Now, I'm not talking like about the full freaking thing and practically freehanding. That's not what we're saying. But like, if you're missing a little bit of stencil and you're worried about that, you need to be asking yourself why. Bad habit number 2. Have you ever been scrolling through Instagram and you see this pretty dope picture of a hand tattooing and it looks mint? But you look further up that wrist and he is wearing a pretty shiny Rolex. I really don't know how tattooists are affording Rolex, but you know, that's neither here nor there. And then you realize that they're not actually showing off the tattoo, they're actually showing off the Rolex that they are wearing while they are tattooing. If you are gonna wear your Apple Watches or your Rolex, guys, make sure they are covered up. I don't care if you look stupid with a Rolex wrapped in cling film or saran wrap or whatever you call it, wherever you're from, but wrap up your watches. Or better yet, just make sure your gloves go over the top of your watch. You do not want to be rubbing your shiny, dirty watch all over that client's skin. I do not care how expensive your watch is that you are wearing and how much you want to show it off. That watch carries bacteria. It's as simple as that. Cover it up. Kind of like a bonus bad habit, just to add on the back of that, that would be tattooing with your sleeves down. Make sure you roll those bad boys up, you know, sleeveless. Now, a bonus bad habit on top of a bonus bad habit. Can somebody please tell me why tattooists are tattooing with their shirts off? Like, how does that come about? Seriously, like, are you like getting your client sat down and then you're about to tattoo and then suddenly you're like, hang on a minute, Mrs. Smith, just give me a second. Really? I mean, it's not like there's even a heat wave when they're doing this. It's like minus 50 degrees and they've got a portable heater on in the studio. Like, do you go down and greet your client with your top off? Do you take your top off when you're about to tattoo them? Bad habit number 3, and I think every single tattooist in the world has this problem at some point along the line of their career, right? And that is posture. You are prawn back in the shit every single day while you are tattooing. And then you get to 35-year-old after 10 years of tattooing and you wonder why your back's hurting. Honestly, next time you go to a convention, walk in Mr. Burns's everywhere. Posture is a massive bad habit for tattooists. I am guilty of it. I am not gonna lie to you. I am prawn backing. I am in some seriously bad postural positions when I'm tattooing. It's just not good. And if you can maintain a, you know, upright, shoulders back, chest out, you know, while you're tattooing, then good for you. And I hope you can, and you should be. Bad habit number 4, and I'm not gonna tell you what this bad habit is. I'm gonna let you listen, and then we'll see if you know. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. It's a familiar sound, isn't it? Bad habit number 4 is hitting the bottom of your ink cap with your needle. So you're tattooing in your room, you've got your like tattoo buddies at side of you, you dip in that ink pot and boom, and then you're just looking around, just checking. Did anyone hear that? Okay, we're good. And then you carry on tattooing. We've all done it, but you've got to be careful. My thing these days is to use silicone ink caps. Silicone ink caps are so good. Not only does it preserve your needle, but it dampens the sound, so you can actually get away with it. And finally, bad habit number 5 is not checking your needles before use. It is so easy just to grab your needles out the pack, rip them out the pack, and think that those needles are absolutely perfect and ready to go for tattooing. And then you find out when you start tattooing, this client's bleeding a little bit more. That skin's looking a little bit choppy. What's going on? I've been tattooing now for 15, 16 years. I should not be overworking. What is happening? And then you realize that you have picked a dodgy needle. So check those needles, guys, before you start using. Do not rely on the brand, rely on yourself. And onto a bonus bad habit, and that would be not taking a picture of your tattoos. Guilty as charged on this one. I'm so guilty. There is a multitude of reasons why you would not take a photo. Maybe it's the client's skin, maybe you just can't get the tattoo showing how that tattoo really looks in real life, and it's just, you're just so disheartened by it, you're just like, fuck it, and you don't take a photo. Take a photo. You can use the photos for a rainy day, but not only that, you may not like that particular photo at that particular time when you've done the tattoo, but you may look back in a week's time or even a month's time, and you'll scroll, past that photo again, and it'll stop you and you'll be like, you know what? That's not actually a bad photo. I'm glad I got it. So take photos. Honestly, guys, I'm a real freaking hypocrite for suggesting this one. I really am. Now there is 6 bad habits. If you want to add to these bad habits, then bang it in the comments. Do not forget to like this video. Do not forget to subscribe. And do not forget to turn on the bell to get notified every time I upload a new video. But guys, I will see you all in the next one. Peace out. Muchest love. Patreon link in the description for extra benefits. Seminar coming soon. Ta-ta. Muchest love. Bye-bye.